What is going on, guys? This is Johnny here for SQLite on YouTube, and welcome back to another video in the Android Studio app development tutorials. And welcome to the first video in 2014 on this channel, to the first development tutorial which I'm doing in 2014. And guys, I just wanted to thank you for all the amazing things that you guys have been doing in 2013. So you guys have made the year 2013 very good for me. It's been just an amazing year for me on YouTube, and I received so many subscriptions and likes and comments and all this, and just overall pretty good feedback and all. And that's just something which is really, really great, and I really thank you for that. But unfortunately, I haven't made a video for about 3 weeks, if I recall that correctly, and I'm really sorry for that. But I'm currently working on a new project which demands a lot of my time and makes it really easy for me. Really hard for me to provide videos as frequently as I used to. And yeah, I'm sorry for that, because I would love to give something back to you which is kind of the same as you have done for me, but I can't because of this project which demands so much time. I'm really tired most of the time. I don't get to do much work on YouTube, and it's really not cool. And I'm sorry for that, because I would love to just provide you with videos. A lot of them, actually. But yeah, it's just as it is right now. This project isn't gonna go on forever, but at the moment, you guys have to take my apologize that I cannot produce videos as frequently as I'd like you. So most people think that making videos is something which is done in like 5 minutes. You're gonna record your video, upload it, bam, that's it. But it actually demands from us YouTubers that we are, putting a lot of time into our videos, because we are the ones that want you to watch the videos. And if they are like really shitty quality, if they don't look good, if they are not edited well, then you're probably not going to watch them, and that is definitely not good for our channel. And that's why we are trying, or at least I am trying, to put up good quality content. And this is really hard if you just have just about 1 hour on your hands. Because usually I have to record videos more than once, because I kind of screw up a little bit or something. And then I have to redo a whole video, which can take me up to like 30 minutes to actually get the video done. Although this video is probably just about 10 minutes long. And it can take me even longer than that. And this isn't something which is unusual. So it's really demands a lot of time, and it usually takes me about 2 hours to make a video, because the editing is such a long process of all, because I have to watch the video, like the whole video, and just see what I can do. So I have to kind of do this zoom stuff and all that, and therefore it like really takes a lot of time, guys. Since this is the first video in 2014, I just decided to talk a little bit about what's going on, and just thank you guys for all the support you guys have been giving me over the year 2013, and now, hopefully in 2014, you're gonna give me even more support, and I'm gonna get a lot more kind of people who support me. So many subscribers who are watching my videos and who are enjoying the content I put up. And yeah, guys, I just want to thank you all for watching my videos. And yeah, guys, the time YouTube is just really good at the moment, and I'm really glad that I'm here today with you making these videos, which are getting a lot of views, which is also very positive feedback for me, because if you're producing a video which takes over 2 hours to finish it, then it's just something which you want to be viewed. It's not just all about the money, it's more like people seeing your work, enjoying it, and actually watching your work and just appreciating it. And this is just something which is such a good feeling that this is kind of the main goal I have with making my videos, to receive views, not in terms of getting all the money, but more in terms of seeing that people appreciate my work and they are actually seeing the work I have done. And it doesn't just get ignored. So when I developed some of the software projects, they just having just a few views, and this is really unfortunate for me, because they took me such a long time, and I'm not one who like promotes things incredibly well. So I don't make like a lot of videos. I don't make like advertisements or anything like that. I don't put it like really big on my website or anything. So I could do a lot more to get my products recognized or just seen. But I'm not doing that, unfortunately. But okay, whatever. So this video is probably going to be way longer than all the other videos I've produced in this series, because I am talking a little bit about what happened in 2014 and in 2013. And yeah, guys, I'm very happy to be here today. So we're gonna finally cover in 2014. We're gonna cover using SQLite to build our app to further develop it. And I'm really glad that we're finally at this point where we can work with SQLite databases. And this is really advanced, I have to tell you. So it's not an easy thing. I mean, it's not really super advanced. It's not incredibly hard, but it is challenging, definitely. It is a challenging thing because you have to know a few things about SQL, of course, and if you don't, then there are so many videos on YouTube which explain what SQL essentially is and how to work with it and all that, so you guys can check that out, definitely. And if you're not a visual learner, then again, I'm asking why are you watching this video, but if you're not a visual learner, then you can also check out Google. You can just read it, and it's gonna be fine. Yeah, so let's get started, I guess. So I found this website here. I just Googled for it, so it's called Andres Sarovich SQL demo. So it's basically a web SQL designer where you can just basically create a basic layout of what your database is going to look like. And I created this database called Contacts, and I added the ID, which is of course a really essential thing. You always need an ID which kind of represents your user, and this needs to be a unique identifier for your user. So it must not be anything like 3 and then another user has 3 again or as well, and this must not be done. Okay, so this is really important. And then you got the name, the phone, the email, the address, and the image UI, pretty much all of the things which we have right here. But obviously one thing is missing. Yes, you guessed it, the ID. So we need to add this to our contact class as well. So let's get rid of our database structure or layout, design, whatever, and let's create an integer called ID in our contact class. So now this is gonna basically cause our main activity class to go crazy because it throws a lot of errors because we're making this contact and we're not actually using an ID right now. So right now I'm just gonna need to put something like 0 because we're not actually adding this to the database yet, but we're gonna do this definitely in the future. So we got an integer ID, and we're gonna need to do the same thing up here. So private integer ID, that's it. And then of course we're gonna code the function, which is actually going to return the ID. So get ID, and by the way, I have to say that I actually need to do this, and then I gonna need to do the same thing here. So underscore ID equals ID, and now get ID. And then I'm just gonna do the same thing here. Return underscore ID. Okay, so now we should be good. Okay, so now we added this into our contact class, and now what we're gonna need to do, we need to actually create another class, which is gonna be our database handler. And this is gonna be the big class we're gonna use for all the database interaction, which we're gonna do within our app. So right now we're gonna need to go to this source folder, and we're gonna need to go to Java and create a new class in our package integrated contact manager. So right click on the package, go to new and Java class. And now we're gonna call this database handler. Okay. Like that. Hit OK. And then it's gonna create this class for us. So right now we're gonna have this public class, but we actually want to extend this and make this an SQLite open helper. This is another class which can be found in a package which I cannot actually remember right now, but it's something like android.sql or something like that. I don't know, but we can auto import it anyways. So extends SQLite open helper, like that. And yeah, it's android.database.sqlite blah open helper. Alright, So now we are gonna create some variables. So the first one would be we're gonna create the database version, and we're basically just gonna do a lot of private static finals and all that, simply because we are not actually changing any of the values. So it's not gonna be, yeah, I don't know, resource consuming. So I mean, it doesn't really make that much of a difference, but if you extend your database, then it does really make a difference. So public static final integer, and this is just basically going to be the database version. And what you usually do if you make this, you gotta put it all in uppercase. So database version, and we're gonna put this to 1. Then we're gonna create a database name. So private static. Okay, this isn't good. Private static final string, and I will definitely not be able to put this into one video simply because I just already talked for quite a while, but also because it's such a big topic and we definitely need more than one video to do it. So it's probably gonna take me about, don't let me lie, well, what can I say, 3 videos? I think something like that, 3 videos or something, yeah. Okay, so now we also gonna create this private static table. Oh, also, what we can simply do, first I'm just gonna give this a different name. Contact manager would be good. And now just use a comma so we don't have to repeat ourselves. And I'm just gonna call this table. Just gonna put it right here. Yeah, I think it's just gonna be table contacts, because that's what the table is gonna be called. Table contacts. And it's just gonna equal to contacts. So the name of a database. And I have to remember real quick. Okay, yeah, we actually need more than that. So we also need the key ID, which is just gonna be ID. We need the key name, which is just gonna be name. Then we need the phone number, just gonna be called phone. So key phone. And alright, so once you've done that, and once you've created all of the variables, we can create our constructor, which is going to be public database handler. And this is going to take as an argument, it's going to take context, which you probably have to import, yes. Context, and let's just call this context. Sorry. Oh, damn it. Yeah, okay. So now we are just going to refer to the superclass and just use super context, then the database name, and then null. So these are all the arguments it takes. And then we're going to need one last argument, which is going to be the version of the database, like that. So you can already, like, you can look at all the arguments it takes, but I'm just going to, yeah, just put it there so you can just copy that, because it doesn't really matter too much. And now there are some of the things which are similar to this main activity class, because in this main activity class it says there is a kind of, I don't know what it's called technically, it's like an event, something like that. It's called onCreate, and this method onCreate exists in our SQLite open helper class as well. So we're gonna do essentially the exact same thing. So we're gonna use an override, and now we're gonna do public void onCreate. It's pretty much the same thing, and this takes as an argument the SQLite database, or an SQLite database, which we then have to create in our activity in order to refer to it, and we're just gonna pass it through, I guess. And then we're gonna create a string, because we are actually gonna pass, or we could do this in one little function. So we're gonna use db.execute SQL, and then you can see this is the string which I was talking about earlier, so in a second ago, pretty much. And this is basically just going to be an SQL query which is going to execute, so basically the commands for SQL. So again, if you don't know what SQL is and how it works, and you do not have a basic understanding of SQL, then you definitely need to watch tutorials and learn what SQL essentially is and how it works, okay? This is really important. So usually you're gonna, I don't know, put these commands in all uppercase letters. That's kind of what you do. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do as well. So we're gonna use create table. Okay, and now we're just gonna do plus, and then we're gonna refer to the table context, because this is what our table is gonna be called. And then this is basically what we're gonna do is like getting all the values. So this is like basically all the fields we are gonna need in our app. So you're gonna need to put this bracket right here and a plus, and now we need all the different things like key ID, key phone, key name, and all that. And this is gonna take a while, so I'm gonna just skip to the point when I've done this. I know you're probably gonna say, okay, I can't follow along, blah, but really, it's just repeating it. It's just really not that. But I'm gonna finish the first thing right now just to tell you what you're gonna need to do. So I'm gonna do key. Why isn't my caps lock thing working? Okay, now it's working. So key ID plus, and then we have to specify what this actually is, and it is integer primary key, because this is basically just the primary key which we have, which then auto increments, but I don't think we've added that. No, I mean it's a primary key, okay, so we don't really need that. Then use a comma, and then the next value, which is going to be the key name, and this is going to be a text. So then again, we're going to need to use a space. This is pretty important. Space and just use text. So this is going to be of the type text. Then another comma, and so on. So the rest is all going to be text, obviously. So yeah, I'll be back in a second. Okay, so now we're just going to need to end this statement with just this bracket right here, and then it created all the fields for our database. Yes, so that's essentially it for the onCreate method right now, but still you can see that it's underlined because there's another little method we need, and this is called onUpgrade. So that's what we're going to create as well. So on override, add override I mean, and then a public void on upgrade. And by the way, if you don't know what these methods mean, so this basically means whenever the database is created, then this is what we want to do. And whenever it's upgraded, so some values are changed or something like that, then we're gonna do what we're gonna put in here in a second. And this takes a few arguments as well, so it's gonna be an SQLite database again. And then if you want to change the database version, and want to change the database, we are gonna call this function right here. So it's gonna be an integer old version and an integer new version. Okay. And now you can see that the red line up here disappeared, because now we added all of the methods which it needs. Okay. So whenever it's upgraded, we want to execute another SQL. So we're gonna do database.execute SQL, and then we're just gonna put this command drop table if exists. So it's gonna kill, basically just delete our table which we created, and then we have to specify which table. So it's gonna be table contacts. So it's just the contacts. And then we're gonna call the onCreate method. So it's gonna recreate our table with the new values, probably, and then just pass through the database, which we get passed through here, this method. Okay guys, so I guess this is all we can do for now, because this video got probably really long, and I'm sorry for that, but I had to talk about a lot of things. So yeah, this is actually, that's it for this video. In the next tutorial, we are going to talk a little bit about adding, creating, reading, updating, and deleting content. So that's going to be quite cool. Hope you're going to like that, and I hope you like this video, the first video in 2014, guys. And thanks again for all the support. Yeah, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.